This is Chapter 7, Managing Users. In this chapter, you will learn the various types of users available in QuickBooks Online, how to add new users, and how to modify existing users. In order to complete the practice exercises in this chapter, you will need to log into your QuickBooks Online account for luxury lodging. The types of users in QuickBooks Online. One of the benefits of using QuickBooks Online is the ability to give access to other users. Each online subscription includes at least one user and two or more accountant users. There are 5 user types available: Standard, Company Administrator, Reports Only, Time Tracking Only, and Accountant. We will discuss the ideal person for each user type and how to create each user in this chapter. The steps in this section are for demonstration purposes only. You can follow the step-by-step instructions to get an idea of how to create new users, but you will not actually add new users until you get to practice exercises at the end of the chapter. In addition, please note that some of the screenshots you see in this section will differ from what you have. A standard user can be set up for full or limited access to customer and vendor data with no administrative privileges. This user is ideal for a bookkeeper who will manage accounts payable and accounts receivable tasks, an accounts payable clerk who needs to manage vendors and pay bills, or an accounts receivable clerk who needs to invoice customers and track payments received. So to get to your Manage User screen, you would go up to the gear icon in the top right corner of your screen, and the second option under Your Company is going to be Manage Users. Now this screen is going to be different than what is in your book. You can see on page 7-2, the bottom of that in number 3. Says the select user type screen displays. You can see ours is different. I am listed under here. This is the email I'm using for this particular luxury lodging business account. If you wanted to add a user, you could click this button here and you would enter their first name, last name. You need their email account because they will be sent an invitation. And then at the bottom here, you would select what role you want them to have. This is what access you want them to have to your company info. So you can see standard all access, standard no access, accounts receivable manager, accounts payable manager, standard limited customers and vendors, in-house accountant, company admin, track time only, or the option to only view company reports. So those are your options there. So in the bottom of page 7-3, you can select all access, no access, or limited access. As shown in the screenshot above, all access gives the user the following privileges. They can access customers and sales, vendors and purchases, add, edit, and delete employees, change preferences, view activity log, create, edit, and delete budgets, add, edit, and delete accounts, make deposits and transfer funds, reconcile accounts and make journal entries, view all reports, turn on sales tax for the company, change the setup for existing sales tax information, make sales tax adjustments and file sales tax returns, set up multi-currency, perform home currency adjustments, and forward receipts and bills from email. The option of no access gives the user no accounting feature access. This user cannot use any accounting features, but they can manage a few things like entering their own timesheets. The limited option gives the user access to customers and sales and/or vendors and purchases. By giving a user access to customer data only, they can perform the following tasks. Enter estimates, invoices, sales receipts, credit memos, and refunds. Enter charges and credits. create and delete statements, receive payments from customers, fill out timesheets for anyone, add, edit, delete customers, products, and services, view customer registers and reports, view tax rates and agency settings, use and adjust sales tax, excuse me, use and adjust sales tax in sales transactions and general journal entries, including manually overriding calculated tax amounts, add, edit, delete currencies, and edit exchange rates. A user who is limited to customer data cannot perform the following tasks: print checks, including refunds, make bills and purchases billable to customers, add, edit, delete accounts and quantity on hand, view bank registers, see total income and expense accounts on home vendor and customer pages, run tax reports or view tax history, prepare or file a sales tax return or record sales tax payments, set up new or change existing tax agencies or settings, set up multi-currency, perform home currency adjustments. The limited customer access is ideal for someone who will be responsible for adding new customers, invoicing customers, and applying customer payments. This person is generally known as an accounts receivable or AR clerk. So that would be good for accounts receivable manager. By giving a user access to vendor data only, they can perform the following tasks: enter bills from vendors, enter cash and credit card purchases, pay bills, write checks, and view check detail reports, print checks, accept refunds, add, edit, delete vendors, product services, view vendor and AP reports, view tax rates and agency settings, use and adjust sales tax and purchase, card and banking transactions, including manually overriding calculated sales tax amounts, run tax reports or view tax history, prepare or file a sales tax return or record sales tax payments, add, edit, and delete currencies, or edit exchange rates. The limited vendor cannot perform the following tasks: add, edit, and delete accounts and quantity on hand, view bank registers, set up new tax agencies or change tax settings, set up multi-currency, perform home currency adjustments, or see total income and expense amounts on the home vendor and customer pages. The company administrator, which is down here, company admin, has access to all areas of QuickBooks with no restrictions. Access includes adding new users, changing the password for existing users, and managing all company preferences. Because this user has unlimited access, it should be given to a business owner and IT personnel only. For anyone with the View Company Reports option, Reports only access gives the user the ability to run just about any report in QuickBooks. The exception would be the ability to access payroll data. In addition, access to contact information for customers and vendors would not be accessible for this user. This access is ideal for a partner or officer of the company who wants to periodically review reports but has no day to day responsibilities. If you don't want to give your tax preparer or accountant access, reports only access is ideal. To create this user, you would select reports only and enter the name and email address of the person to whom you would like to give the access. The track time only role is very limited. This role is ideal for contractors and employees who need to enter their timesheets but have no need to access any other area of QuickBooks. This role does not count towards your user limit, which means you can give an unlimited number of users time tracking access only at no additional charge. The in-house accountant option. Depending on their responsibilities, the accountant user is ideal for an accountant, CPA, bookkeeper, or tax preparer. QuickBooks Online Simple Start, Essentials, and Plus include 2 accountant users in their plans. QuickBooks Online Advanced includes a maximum of 3 accountant users. Accountant users have similar privileges to the company administrator. They can add users, edit passwords, and manage your QuickBooks Online subscription. Therefore, you need to be extremely careful with whom you give this level of access to. The steps to add an accountant user are slightly different than adding other users. That's in the book. It's the same in our particular update. Okay, right now we're going to add myself as the company admin. So you're going to enter my name, my first name Erin, last name Groff. You're not going to use the email that you contact me with. This is going to be a different email. It's going to be ERIN.GROFF dot bar BARPC at gmail.com. You're going to select the role of company admin. You can select this drop down to view all the permissions that this gets. So you can see there's full access to everything. So if you're having an issue with your company, if any account balances aren't matching up correctly with what I have, I would be able to look into your company file and access that and see where you went wrong. So you would then click the Send Invitation button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And it just gives you a quick survey. You can exit out of that. And now you can see that not only do I have a user with my email address that I'm using for this particular company file, but now, I mean, of course, it's also me used with a different email address. And you can see that it's given the company admin role. And you can resend the invite if that person does not receive it. All right. You can see that this plan includes up to 5 users. You can upgrade to another for an increase in that. All right. If you needed to modify existing users or change the privileges of an existing user or delete them altogether, you can do that if you have administrative privileges. You can see on that second one that I just sent the invite, I have the 3 dots to the right here. I can delete them. So they will not have any privileges any longer. Once I accept that email invitation on that particular account, I will also have the option to modify their privileges as well. Okay, but since they haven't accepted yet, you can see that particular one has an edit button. Since I'm the primary admin, though, the person who created the company, you can't change the access of that person. All right. But again, once that that second email accepts the invitation, I would be able to edit the role of them if I ever wanted to change it, downgrade it, or upgrade it. All right. So you can always modify the roles of people or delete them if need be. All right. On page 7-12, the practice exercise, you're going to use the information in the table below. Give the following users access to Larry's books. The email address info for these users is fictitious. Therefore, the only email address that you will be valid is your instructor's. We just added myself as a company admin, so you don't have to do that again. Once I accept your invites. If you want to go back into that and change that to the accountant privilege to practice modifying the role, you can go ahead and do that. You're just going to input these fictitious people into your user accounts. So that's Becky Bookkeeper, Becky at Outlook.net. And again, you did the instructor, Amy Assistant, and then you have Claire Dane. After adding all users, send an email to your instructor to inform them that they have completed this exercise. Using their account and access, your instructor will be able to log in and check to see that you have properly created all user accounts. You can use me, you can leave me as company admin, that's fine. Because again, if there's ever an issue down the road in another chapter that you need help with, I'll be able to go and dig deeper in to see what the problem is with those. Okay, so don't keep me as accountant. You can keep me as company admin. All right, the next video will be going through and adding these 3 additional users.